So start early literacy, grades K through 2. You have a skill score, you have proficiency scores, and an estimated oral reading fluency. The skill score is your absolute score that a student will receive on a test based on how did they perform, whether they got things correct or incorrect. And it is a range from 300 to 900. And this is important because when you start looking at STAR reading, they're not on the same scale. So if you have a student that takes early literacy and maybe they perform well enough and they get bumped up to STAR reading, or STAR reading come down to STAR early literacy for more of a diagnostic, just know that they're different scales. They're not going to be able to. And this is more of a graphic representation of where they fall on a 300 to 900 scale. One of the reports, so some of you guys have looked at the student diagnostic report. You gave STAR early literacy, and you found that there's a lot of detail there. That is to come in STAR reading coming this fall, that detail, so those grades 3 through 5. You'll have the same detail. But what you'll find is, and we just have a snapshot, this isn't the whole report, you'll have that 7 literacy domains, but what you'll find is next to the scores that are ranging between 40 and 75, the system is saying your students are ready to learn these skills. So whether it's appropriate within the grade level, you'll have to look for that, but according to how they performed, they are ready to take on that skill. The scores between 0 and 39, they're not ready to learn that. They have some other prerequisites before learning those skills. So that's a nice feature within STAR early literacy. STAR reading for grades 3 through 5. You have all these different scores. So your student diagnostic reports will give a picture such as this, ranging from skill score to your zone of proximal development. Just like in early literacy, skill score is your absolute score. This is how they've done. Doesn't matter what grade level they are. This is how they've done on the test, whether they got things correct or incorrect. And the skill score range is 0 to 1400. Remember, it's a different range than that of STAR early literacy. There's no connection between early literacy and reading. They'll be separate products. Percentile rank. This is something that's unique within STAR reading. STAR early literacy is not a norm test. STAR reading is, and so you'll have a percentile rank. And this is how the students have done against the national norming group at the same grade level. So if a student has a percentile rank of 85, it means they're scoring at or above 85% of their peers at that same grade level. So make sure that's clear. So those of you with kids who take them, you take your kids to the doctor, and they say that they're, at least with my kids, they say their head is the 95th percentile. It means they have a large head compared to other kids of the same age. Yeah, that is, those are my kids. It means they're smart. So, a little representation to make sure that you understand that if you see 50th percentile ranking, it means they're average. It doesn't mean that they failed, they didn't get a 50% on the test, it means average. So this 50th percentile is where most of your students are. And a little bit of comparison. So you have scale score and you have percentile ranking. Scale score is this absolute score. And I just want to show you a little bit of the comparison for growth. You might have a student, Daria here, starting at a score of 479. She may grow to 484, or you might have two students, one has 479, one has 44. Thanks, Barbara. You're better? Yeah. But you notice that you might have several scores within a percentile ranking. I just want to make sure that's clear, whether you have two students that are in the same percentile ranking and they have different scores, or they might grow here, but they're not growing as fast as everyone else in their percentile ranking.